Welcome back to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. Today we're on location at Desserts First with Chef James Window, who's cooking a gourmet meal in his outdoor kitchen. Now today's feature is going to be a steak au poivre, and he's going to show us how he gets all the ingredients together.
We're moving now to the roasted red potatoes with rosemary. That's a time consuming because they've got to sit in the oven and roast, but it's one of the necessary things. So they'll come out with the steak. When the steak is done, the potatoes will be done. All right, we're going to take the potatoes, slice them into quarters. Now keep them in the water to keep them from turning brown. What we're going to do is have the put the potatoes in the pan. First, we got to get some of the liquid off of them. You put them in a towel and just dry them off. Get a little bit of liquid off of them. They don't have to go into the pan any special way. You don't want them in there really too tight because they won't brown well. These potatoes will come out about 30 minutes it takes to cook the potatoes. Add a little bit of oil on your potatoes. I like to use sea salt. You sprinkle rosemary in. I grow my own rosemary. You'd be very generous with the rosemary. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of swamp dust on them just to give them a little flavor. Then I'm going to just mix them up so that everything has a little bit of seasoning on it. They are oven ready. Now that we've got the potatoes ready, the salad's ready, the green bean pancettas are ready, the next step is to prepare the steak au poivre. We're going to take that and put it in a very, very hot pan of grease and cook it on one side for about 5 minutes. Turn it over, cook it on the other side about 4 minutes, and then take it out of the pan. And when the steak comes out of the pan, then we'll make our sauce, which is going to consist of cream, brandy, and demiglace with some onions, and then we'll be ready to eat. All right, now it's time to do the steak au poivre. And as the name says, steak au poivre is a pepper steak. I have pepper, ground pepper I'm putting on them. Rubbing it in. On both sides. All right, I'm going to grind the pepper up a little bit finer. All I'm using is a coffee grinder. Substitute as a pepper grinder. And there again, you say, oh, it's going to be very hot. It's really not. It's going to be very well flavored. I'm going to put the first steak in and put it in away from you. You put it in there and you leave it alone for 4 to 5 minutes. And when you take it out, use tongs. Don't use a hook, don't use a fork, because then you'll poke it and start losing your juices out of it. So you leave this cook, and when it gets ready, we'll turn it and let it cook for another 4 minutes on the other side. And then that steak is finished, except for putting the sauce on it, making the sauce, putting the sauce on it. So it's really not a difficult thing to do, and you have a tendency, I even have a tendency, want to start turning it. Leave it alone. Okay, now we've had the steak in there about 5 minutes, and see how easy it moved on the pan? And you turn it over very nice and gently for about 4 minutes. Then you take the steak out. It will be virtually done. Now we're going to let that rest cook in there for 4 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to get my beans pancetta. All right, cook these for just a little while. That's butter I have in there. And then we will be almost ready to eat. It's blanched green beans with pancetta and an anchovy in the middle. And they're sauteed. They don't take long because the beans are partly cooked. And they're almost done. All right, now what I'm gonna do now is take the steak out of the frying pan. Set it down and just let it rest. We'll cut my fire back a little bit. Going to add shallots to it. That's about a half cup of shallots.
Now what is that going to be?
That's going to be part of my sauce. All right. You let these saute just a few minutes. All right, I'm adding some cognac to the pan. All right, we're going to let this burn off. If all the alcohol is burning off of it, that'll take just a few minutes. That was about a quarter of a cup of cognac. And of course, cognac is made for drinking also. All of the little particles are coming off the bottom of the pan. That's called deglazing. Then you add heavy cream. You bring this back up to a boil and let it reduce. This is the best part of the whole thing because this gives you all of the nice flavors and the nice, oh, it's just so good. And the Dunkins, and you know, put the steak back in here. Then we're going to fight some kid to stay out of it. You use it, you cook it till you get little trails in it. Okay, and that takes a little time to do that, but it's well worth the wait. Well worth the wait. I'm going to add demiglace. Demiglace is a sauce. You put the demiglace in there, and then there again, you reduce it back down again. You don't add them too fast. You don't. You just take your time and do it nice and slow, and you'll come out with a fantastic sauce. Then we're going to add the steak back to it, and let it cook a little bit on one side, let it cook a bit on the other side, and then we're going to plate it.
Notice you didn't waste no juices.
You say that's the best part of the whole thing is those juices right there. Hey, notice there's no tongs, no sharp objects on this meat. I'm not trying to cook the meat now so I can turn it. I'm just trying to get the sauce on it.
Okay, now it is time to taste. Mr. Sean, you going to taste the steak au poivre, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. He's been waiting a while for that. How is that? Mmm. Looks like he's in heaven. There's one thumb, two thumbs up, y'all.
And you don't test a lot of pepper either, do you?
No, it's not too peppery. It's not too spicy, huh? Kids will love it? Absolutely. I think anybody would love this one. Now, we have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the techniques for all of these wonderful dishes. So make sure you stay tuned right here to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Outdoor Kitchen Show. Today we've been on location at Desserts First in Denham Springs with Chef James Window. He's been in his outdoor kitchen cooking the classic gourmet dish steak au poivre and sharing the techniques necessary to make this recipe.
Of course, you learn all of this in chef school and all of that. If you don't have time to do chef school, you can hire a personal chef. And Chef James Window is the kind of guy that you definitely want to come over and cook for your dinner party or anything. Now, you'll cook inside the house or bring
We'll
your
cook
trailer.
inside their house. We use your kitchen. We can use my utensils or your utensils. It depends on what you want to do or just how far you want to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for nice dinner parties, for nice meetings,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that, we can cook on premises or we can cook and bring it to you.
Right. Yeah, you just give Chef James Window a call at the number at the bottom of the screen and tell him what your budget is. And he can work something out for you, come up with a great menu, whether he either cooks it on site or you can pick it up.
And any of these dishes would be great for your holiday dinner party. Now, if steak isn't in your budget, that's okay. Just call up Chef Window and let him know what you're looking to spend, and he can tailor a menu perfect for your party or get together. Now, thank you for watching us on the Outdoor Kitchen Show. Go to the website if you need more information. We'll see you next week.